is it from the hotel to the beach?
About a 2-minute walk.
Good. How hot is it in Egypt in July?
About 28 degrees centigrade.
And that's the Great Pyramid, Mr. Harris.
Oh, yes. It looks very high.
It's about 137 meters high.
How long are the sides?
They're 230 meters long.
It's incredible. How old is it?
It's nearly 4,500 years old.
We're going through the Suez Canal now.
It doesn't look very wide. How wide is it?
About 60 meters. And it's 162 kilometers long.
Really? This is a big ship. How deep is the canal?
The average depth is about 10 meters. But they're going to make it deeper. Hello there, Mr. Harris. Are you coming on the excursion to Cairo today?
Oh, yes. How far is it?
It's about 150 kilometers.
Good. How long will it take to get there?
Only 3 hours.
Comparisons. Mr. and Mrs. Kent are old-age pensioners. They go to the shops every Saturday. They have to walk up a very steep hill between their house and the shops. They both walk slowly. Mr. Kent always has to wait for his wife at the top of the hill because Mrs. Kent walks more slowly than Mr. Kent. Diana and Margaret work in the same office. They're both good typists because they type carefully. Diana never makes a mistake, and Margaret rarely makes a mistake. Diana types more carefully than Margaret. Some drivers occasionally have accidents, but Alan and David are very careless drivers. Alan has already had 2 accidents this year, and David has had a lot. David drives even more carelessly than Alan. Both Carlos and Miguel are good students. They speak English well, but Miguel has spent a year in England, so he speaks English better than Carlos. Tyneside United and Humber Rovers are both near the bottom of the 4th Division. The football season has nearly finished, and Tyneside have won only 1 match. They've played very badly. Humber Rovers haven't won a match yet, and they haven't scored a goal. Humber have played even worse than Tyneside. Tony and Jim work for a construction company. They're very hard workers. They work about 12 hours a day. Tony often works at weekends. He earns more money than Jim because he works harder than Jim. A day off work. Bill Walker works for an import-export company. Last Wednesday morning, Bill rang his office at 9 o'clock. His boss, Mr. Thompson, answered the phone.
Hello, Thompson here.
Hello. This is Bill Walker.
Oh, hello, Bill.
I'm afraid I can't come to work today, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, what's the problem?
I've got a very sore throat.
Yes, you sound ill on the phone.
Yes, I'll stay in bed today, but I'll be able to come tomorrow.
Oh, that's all right, Bill. Stay in bed until you feel well enough to work.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Bill.
Mr. Thompson liked Bill very much. At 12:30 he got into his car, drove to a shop and bought some fruit for him. He went to Bill's flat and rang the doorbell. Bill's wife, Susan, answered the door. Oh, Mr. Thompson. Hello. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Susan. I've just come to see Bill. How is he?
Oh, he doesn't look very well. I wanted him to see the doctor.
I'll go in and see him. Hello, Bill.
Oh, hello. Hello, Mr. Thompson.
I've brought some fruit for you, Bill.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson.
Well, I had to pass your house anyway. How's your throat?
It seems a little better. I'll be okay tomorrow.
Well, don't come in until you feel better.
All right, but I'm sure I'll be able to come in tomorrow.
Bye, Bill.
Goodbye, Mr. Thompson.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Mr. Thompson locked his office door and switched on his portable television. He wanted to watch an important international football match. It was England against Brazil. Both teams were playing well, but neither team could score a goal. The crowd were cheering and booing. It was very exciting. Then at 3:20, England scored from a penalty. Mr. Thompson jumped out of his chair. He was very excited. He was smiling happily when suddenly the cameraman focused on the crowd. Mr. Thompson's smile disappeared, and he looked very angry. Bill Walker's face, in close-up, was there on the screen. He didn't look ill, and he didn't sound ill. He was smiling happily and cheering wildly. Applying for a job.
Come in, come in. It's Mr. Chandler, isn't it? Yes, that's right. How do you do? How do you do? Please take a seat. Thank you very much. Well, I've got your application form here. I just want to check the information. Is that all right? Yes, of course. Now, you're 31, aren't you? Yes, I am. And you aren't married, are you? No, I'm not. Not yet. Mm-hmm. You went to secondary school and technical college, didn't you? Yes, I did. But you didn't go to university, did you? No, I didn't. I started work when I was 20. I see. You can speak French and Russian, can't you? Yes, I can, but not fluently. I speak French better than Russian. But you can't speak Spanish, can you? No. No, I can't. You've been to France, haven't you? Yes, I have. And to Germany and Russia. So I see. But you haven't been to the Middle East, have you? No, I'm afraid I haven't. But I'd like to. Good. Come in, please sit down. It's Miss Wallace.
Yes, that's right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, I've looked through your application. Can I just check the information?
Of course.
Now, you're 22.
Yes, I am.
You aren't married.
No, I'm not, but I'm engaged.
You didn't go to technical college or university.
No, I didn't.
But you learned to type at secondary school.
Yes, I did.
You can speak French and Italian.
Yes, I can, but I can write them better than I can speak them.
I see. You've been to Switzerland.
Yes, I have, and Italy.
And you can take shorthand.
Yes, I studied it at school. 4 disasters.